I am Sister Agatha Knittig. I was born in Martians Bluff, Arkansas, and baptized at St. Peter and Paul's Church on March the 31st, 1922. We lived on a small country farm. I was the oldest of 8 children. Being the oldest of the family, I did get a lot of attention from parents and grandparents. I lived in a small rural area. We knew all the neighbors, and everyone helped each other. It was a poor but happy neighborhood. We had farm animals, cows, pigs, mules, and chickens. There was a garden, and we all worked in the fields. At an early age, we learned to pray with our parents. We went to church together, met the priest, a Benedictine, and the Benedictine sisters who taught us in school. At 6 years of age, we entered first grade. No kindergarten in those days, and everything Sister said was gospel truth. I loved school and the sisters. As time went on, I graduated from 8th grade. I wanted to be a sister. Being the oldest, I stayed at home and helped with younger siblings. On the farm there was always much work, and I also helped my grandmother, who was sick at the time. However, in the back of my mind, I never gave up the thought of being a sister. In reading the Sunday Visitor, a newspaper, I did get the desire to be a Victory Knoll missionary sister, but then I thought that was too far to leave my parents. My mind went back to the Fort Smith Benedictines. I wrote to them when I was about 18. A response came very soon, telling what I needed to do. I did talk with our pastor, Father Eugene Knopf, OSB, and he wrote a letter of recommendation. Mom tried to make me wait another year, as my baby brother was only a few months old, but she finally consented. I stayed at home until November the 10th to help gather the fall crops and pick cotton to pay for the items I needed to take along. My cousin Tony had a car and took me to Fort Smith. Mom, Papa, and baby Eugene went along. That was a long trip, 60 miles in those days. We met Mother Perpetua, the Superior, Sister Johanna, and others. We toured the convent with them, and I was overwhelmed with such a big building. I would be sleeping on 5th floor. They gave us a lunch, visited some more, then it was time to say goodbye. I was already homesick. It was only with God's mighty help that I stayed. With prayer and the kindness of the sisters, I made it. I went to classes in the academy, and I'll never forget dear Sister Augustine, who was so kind and helped me make up classes I had missed. She made me feel so at home. The novitiate days kept us very busy with classes and all kinds of chores. There were 7 of us as postulants that year of 1940. We helped in the kitchen and the garden. Many sisters were teaching school at different missions at that time. Some were teaching the girls in our academy here at home. Investing Day was June the 24th, 1941. All 7 of us were dressed in long white dresses and veils, and we marched down the chapel aisle to be Christ's brides. Our families were here for the festive occasion. During the Mass were the ceremonies when we received our habits. We were taken to a sacristy room to be clothed in our habits and coifs. Returning to the altar, we received our new names. My name had been Anna Marie. Now I received the name Sister Mary Agatha. What a festive day with the community and our families. Even Father Lambert, our neighbor at home, who was studying in Subiaco to be a priest, came to celebrate with us. On June the 25th, our journey of life went on to new adventures in the religious life. I remember being sent to the kitchen to help. There was much to learn in seeking God and how to live the new life. I did get very homesick, yet I loved my new home and God was with us. Time went on as we had classes and formation training for 2 years. In 1943, as white novices, we were admitted to make first profession, that is, to make vows for 3 years. We were given the black veil. I was sent that fall for my first mission to Clarksville, Arkansas, to teach grades 1, 2, and 3. This new experience was very difficult, but I loved the children. The 3rd year I taught in Clarksville, I had Billy Codell in class, who is now Abbot Jerome at Subiaco Abbey. God was really teaching the children and me because we made it. Lord, did we ever learn to pray. That June the 24th, 1946, I made final profession. What a great day. Again, the family was there to celebrate. As years went on, I was sent to various missions in Arkansas and Missouri and taught elementary classes for 45 years. I received my degree at Incarnate Word College in San Antonio, Texas. Besides teaching during the school year, during most of the summers I taught Bible Vacation School in various missions in Missouri, Mississippi, and Arkansas, usually in 2-week sessions. And of course, there were always 6 to 8 week summer classes as we teachers had to keep up with the trends of teaching. After my 45 years of teaching, I became religious education coordinator at St. Teresa's in Little Rock for 5 years. I also helped convert students prepare for First Communion and help with RCIA and confirmation classes. My greatest delight was to help First Communion students, which I did most of my teaching years. RCIE also was always very special to me. After coming home from St. Teresa's in Little Rock, I was assigned to the diet kitchen at our monastery to prepare trays for our infirmary sisters. This was a very challenging experience, but God was always there. Now I bake cookies to sell in the gift shop and our bake sale. I also clean our chapel. As teaching changed, so religious life changed as time went on, especially with Vatican II. My dad would say, "Things may change, but God never changes." Our prayers changed from Latin to English. Our religious garb changed, and with our computer age, there are many new ways we experience. But with it all, we grow and transform, hopefully, closer to God, who never changes, and we await our eternal home. So if God is calling you, please say yes. You will never regret it. It is His will or His plan.